I have a ghost story to tell you. This started when my little brother was maybe 4 years old, possibly on his way to five, but he was a little itty bitty boy. At the time, we were living at my grandmother Dixon's house, and we were staying there with my father, and it was me and my sister and my brother. My little brother, he had just barely started living with us. It was kind of new for us, and I was a little kid who was kind of jealous. My dad's time was really, really precious to me, and I already had to share it with a little sister. Now we had a little brother on the way, and this is a little brother from a second woman. It's not even from my mom, so there was jealousy factors there, so my bad on that. I have always been a fan of scary movies, and so we were watching this movie called Child's Play. That's the movie that has the Chucky doll in it. Yeah, I know. Well, what's even more fun than that is I had a Chucky doll. It was like a hand-me-down somebody gave to me. So he was in a little bit of rough shape, but that kind of made him look creepier. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. I'm going to pull a little prank on my brother because I knew about Chucky and I had it wrapped around my head. He was just a doll, but he didn't know that. We're watching the movie Child's Play, and Chucky is very scary, and I think we're maybe halfway through the movie, and my little brother couldn't take it anymore. He was like out of there. He got out of the room. He wanted to go into the other room and play. And so I thought, oh, this is perfect. It'd be really funny if I got my Chucky doll out of the closet and I put him in the hallway so that he thought somebody was coming to get him. So I did. I got my Chucky doll out of the closet. I stuck him up. He's kind of stiff, so you can kind of stand him up. And as long as he's got like part of him is leaning against something. So in this case, I had like the tip of his fingers kind of touching the wall. So he was kind of leaning, stiff fingered that way against the wall. But he was standing up in the hall. And so I called my brother and he came out and he was like, ah, because he saw the doll, right? And so my dad's like, you guys don't scare your little brother, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, all right, whatever. But I thought it was really, really funny. After that, weird things started happening to me. I mean, he was really upset. He didn't want to go to sleep. He was having nightmares. He was kind of like, waking up a lot. And my dad was really upset. He said, you guys shouldn't joke with him with a doll like that. He's just a little baby and you don't need to be teasing him. And I was like thinking, okay, but I'm an older sister. Isn't that kind of my job to tease him? Because I don't know. I'm just going off of what they showed in movies and things. I didn't have a brother always. So this was kind of new for me. I had put the Chucky doll on my bed and I was in the bedroom and I was knitting. Yeah, I know knitting, but I think we were getting close to Christmas or something like that and I wanted to make scarves for everybody. So my grandma had taught me how to knit and I had been knitting and all of a sudden Chucky's arm goes, wah, and like goes on me and I was all, ah! It didn't grab me or anything, but what had happened was a piece of the yarn had gone around his finger, and when I pulled the yarn, it like pulled the hand over to me. So I was like, ha ha ha, that's really funny, that's super funny. Now it's like a day or two later, and I think everything's fine. I don't think there's going to be any retaliation. I don't think anything weird's going on. And me and my sister are in the front room, and I'm watching some movie or something like that. And I hear my brother talking to somebody in the back room. And I think to myself, I'm going to go scare him. Because I know he's alone, but I'm thinking, okay, well, this is super funny. Like, I'm going to sneak up on him. And he's like he's playing like imaginary or something, because he's making little voices and stuff. And I don't know why I was so mean-hearted, but I definitely was like, I'm going to go scare him. Which, I mean, fast forward, it's like I've worked in the haunt industry for 17 years. It's my greatest passion other than like life and my husband and making art, So, I don't know, like maybe it's just always been in me to be kind of a little bit scary. But, anyways, I decided I was going to sneak down to him and I was going to scare him. But as I'm crawling down the hallway, I hear him talking and I hear a deep man's voice answering him. I am so not joking when I say this. I'm talking the gruffest man's voice. I'm talking boo, 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 boo. Like a deep, deep, deep man's voice. And when I'm almost to the edge, now I'm getting scared. I'm getting legitimately terrified. And my heart is racing and I'm trying to move so slowly because I'm trying to hear what the man's saying. Because I can hear my little brother asking questions, but I cannot hear what the man is saying. I just hear boo, 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 boo. The like deep tones of his voice, right? And it's not a tone that my little tiny brother could make. It just wasn't. So I'm peeking around the corner, and right before I peek around the corner, I hear my brother say, why won't you answer me? Why won't you answer me? And I look around the corner, and he goes, and he looks back at me, and he's just like terrified. He looks like I just caught him in the middle of something. And I say, hey, who were you talking to? no one. And I say, hey, it's okay. You can tell me. I just want to know who you're talking to. It's okay, I promise. You can tell me, but like, I need to know. Who was that you were talking to? I was talking to God. My face when my little brother says he was talking to God. That voice was the deepest, most scary voice that I could have come up with. Was it the booming voice of God? I don't know. I know it's terrified me, and I know I never messed with him again.